This, I picked it up off the shelf and it was perfect. Of all of these games that could have gotten a 9.9, I was expecting it to be this one. But again, you should never expect a 9.9. 9.8, A++ is realistically the best that I could expect. And the grade is... So after I posted that video, I took a really good look at this copy of Bluey, and for the life of me, I cannot see how it possibly could have gotten a 9.4. There are a few incredibly small issues with it, which I could see maybe dropping it down to a 9.6, but a 9.4 is just, that's stiff, man. That's really stiff. I took a lot of really good photos and videos of this thing and shared it in a few servers I'm in, and most people agree this is way too harsh of a grade on this game, including one person who actually reached out to me and said, hey, if you want to resubmit that to CGC and see if the grade changes, I would be willing to sponsor the video for you. So, this video is in fact sponsored by Replay Retro 64. I'll have more information about them at the end. And also check out the description and the pinned comment and all that stuff in the meantime. But long story short, Replay Retro 64 wants to know a bit more about how CGC grades stuff, including video games, and he was willing to provide everything, all the services and stuff, to pay for the for me to crack this open, look it over, make sure that we still think it is a 9.6 or 9.8 candidate, and send it into CGC. So I am about to do something I have never done in my life. I am about to crack open a slab and resubmit it to see if I can get a better grade. Opening it up out of the slab will also give me a good chance to look it over one more time and make absolutely sure that it is in fact a 9.6 or 9.8 candidate, essentially better than 9.4. And yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. I've got my table set up back here. I've got all the tools that I think I'll need, and I'm a bit nervous because what if it's a 9.4 all over again, but let's just go and figure it out together. Okay, here it is, Bluey the video game. Immediately, the very first thing that I notice about this after close inspection is these lines right here. They're very, very faint, very hard to see unless it's in the right light, which I'm going to say this basically is. But we do have several vertical, I don't know what to call that. I thought it was part of the shrink wrap, but clearly if CGC says the shrink wrap is fine, then must be on the case art itself. That actually shows it off pretty well right there. That's the only issue on this side I could see. The art inside is a bit offset. As you can see here, we're showing a bit of white here on the side, which means it's shifted more to the front than to the back. That might have been enough to dock it down to 9.6 on its own, so maybe that plus this, plus the thing I'm going to show on the back is enough, but I really don't think so. On the back, at first glance, it looks pretty okay, it looks pretty good. However, upon the closest of inspections, I did see there's like a ring of very fine divots right here. You could probably see it. I don't know what might have caused that, but there's a ring of it there, and there's another one down here, which I know it's there, but I'm having a hard time even finding it right now. That's how hard it is to find. There's another very extremely small divot right there, almost like somebody took the back of a pen and jabbed at it a little. I don't know, like that's all that I can really see. I know there's another circle of these right down there, but I can't find it right now. Maybe it'll show up in the video, you guys can see it. Other than that, the case itself is flawless in all directions. I thought for sure, at bare minimum, it was 9.6, and I still think it should be 9.8, even with those very tiny issues. They're barely noticeable, they don't break color. Like 9.6 worse, right? But I don't know, maybe they just looked at these and said, nope, that's just too much, whatever it is. Like, I'm having a hard time even finding the right angle right now to show them off. Before I crack this open, I'm going to stop this video and send it to Replay Retro 64 and see if he agrees with my assessment that this should be a 9.6 or better, as well as maybe post it in a few other servers and see what they say. All right, the consensus seems to be, for the most part, yeah, that is not 9.4 levels of damage. It's probably not a 9.8 either, but definitely a sure 9.6. And at worst, it can't be a worse grade. So if we sent this and it came back, it absolutely would be a 9.4 absolute bare minimum. Very likely higher, so we're going to go ahead and crack it open. Piece of plastic just went flying right past my arm. Well, I think it's safe to say we're in. Okay, slide it out just like that. And there we go. There's the game, still fully protected in here. I happen to have one of these protectors that I use for steelbooks. It's just the right size for a Switch game though, so I'm going to go ahead and finish building this bottom half here. There we go. And for this, all you need to do, take the top half off, like so. There's the game. I'd say it looks pretty much identical to how it looked in the case. I don't see anything else wrong with it. Just these racetrack lines down here, whatever these are, and the back having the ringlets of divots, and I still can't even find the bottom one. I know it's there somewhere, but oh wait, I see it finally. There it is, right there. And there we go. All right, all that's left now is to mail it off to CGC and see if they give it a better grade. It is now September 6th, almost exactly 3 months after I recorded the last video. So a turnaround of just under 3 months. I think this came out to 60-something business days, which is actually a lot better than CGC's posted right now. They just hit 100 business days turnaround time. My goodness. It's actually been so long since I sent this off that I've half convinced myself that 9.4 actually might not have only been correct, it might have even been a bit generous, and maybe it's going to come back a 9.2 or something. Like, having 3 months of nothing to do, then just sit there and think about all the things that I found that were wrong with this is a long time to ponder. Okay, here it is. Bluey, the exact same copy of Bluey that we got before. At this point, I'm just hoping for the 9.4 A++ again or better. Obviously, ideally, we want a 9.6 in order to get the grade bump. I think 9.8 is just out of the realm of possibility. Okay, here we go. Let's see if it was worth it. The grade is... No way! No way! Hey, Teresa! 9.8! Yeah! That's incredible! Is this really the same game? I'm looking for all the defects that were there before. Yeah, I see the streaking there on the front. I see... Do I see the divots on the back? I don't think I do right now. Yeah, I sure do. This is the exact same copy, and it got a 9.8. That's 2 grade bumps, and I did nothing. I did absolutely nothing to this other than just take it out of the old one and submit it all over again. Let's go! Grading is subjective. Let's not pretend it's not. You see my pile of stuff back there? I've got 9 9s, I've got a 10. And what's the difference between those and a 9.8? Practically nothing. It's invisible to the naked eye. Holy cow, a 9.8 A++. I didn't think that was possible. Oh my gosh. Wow! None of this would have been possible without the help of today's sponsor, Replay Retro 64, who funded this entire experiment completely by himself, and he has my gratitude. Thank you so much for this. This is just insane. I'm going to look at my screen over here just to make sure I get all my notes here. So if I'm looking over here, then that's what's going on there. Replay Retro 64 describes himself as just a new company on the block looking to make an impact in the gaming world from refurbishment to graded. The reason that he offered to fund my regrading of Bluey was to just get a better feel for how the grading process works. This was the very first time he's ever graded anything through CGC, and he wanted to get a better idea of what it's like to regrade a game, because there's a lot of people out there. This is not something that I'm doing that's new. Ever since grading anything began, it's been pretty common to take something out of the old one and resubmit it, whether you touched it up first or not, trying to get a grade bump. And that was what he was doing with this, was trying to better educate himself on what that process is like. So you can find Replay Retro 64 on Whatnot, and if you sign up to his Whatnot using the link in the description and the pinned comment, then you will get a $15 credit on your account, and you don't even need to use it for his store. You can use it on anything on Whatnot. He also wants me to know that you can submit games to WADA through him and get a discount off of it, so definitely hit him up on that if you're interested. That brings this experiment to an end. I got a 9.8 on Bluey, and I'm so happy. Bluey is just such a great game. Well, it's such a great franchise. It's getting a movie in 2027. It'll be fun to come back and watch this video in 2027 and compare the game to the movie. I love Bluey. This is just a cherished show, a cherished game for me, and this is, as of now, the final video game that I'm adding to my graded games collection. It'll be a long time before I send anything else in, probably not until Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 comes out. So this is just the topper on the cake of my graded games set, and beyond all hope, I got a 9.8, and I couldn't be happier. Once again, thanks to Replay Retro 64 for sponsoring this video. Thanks all of you for watching, and I wish you luck on your grading submissions, old, new, or something in between. Thanks everyone for watching, and stay tuned for more.